Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Annie Clark, Street Vincent biography. Annie Aaron Clark, known professionally as Saint Vincent, is an acclaimed American musician, singer-songwriter, and producer celebrated for her innovative sound, artistic reinvention, and fearless exploration of genre and identity. Born on September 28, 1982, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Clark has become one of the most influential and original voices in modern alternative music. Early life and education. Annie Clark grew up in Dallas, Texas, in a family that encouraged creativity. She began playing the guitar at an early age and was inspired by artists like David Bowie, Kate Bush, and Talking Heads. Her stepfather and uncle both worked in the music industry, with her uncle, Tuck Andrus, being one half of the jazz duo Tuck and Patty, a connection that exposed Clark to professional musicianship early on. She studied at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, where she honed her technical skills and compositional craft, though she left before graduating to pursue her own musical career. Career beginnings. Before launching her solo career, Clark joined the Polyphonic Spree and later toured with Sufjan Stevens as a guitarist and backup singer. These experiences deepened her appreciation for orchestration and conceptual performance, both of which would become hallmarks of her later work. In 2007, she released her debut album Marry Me, a blend of chamber pop, indie rock, and Baroque arrangements. Critics quickly recognized her as a rising talent, praising her combination of lush instrumentation and biting, often ironic lyrics. Breakthrough and artistic evolution. Clark's next albums, Actor, 2009, and Strange Mercy, 2011, solidified her as one of the decade's most inventive artists. Actor showcased her cinematic approach to songwriting, inspired by film scores and emotional storytelling. Strange Mercy, often considered her breakthrough, delved deeper into personal vulnerability and complex guitar work, earning widespread critical acclaim. In 2014, she released Saint Vincent, the self-titled album that won the Grammy Award for Best Alternative Music Album, making her the first solo female artist to win that category in over 20 years. The record combined art rock, digital textures, and funk influences with sharp social commentary. Her robotic, otherworldly stage persona during this era became a defining image of her artistry. Collaborations and continued reinvention. Clark has collaborated with numerous artists across genres. Her 2012 collaboration with David Byrne on the album Love This Giant blended brass-heavy arrangements with witty, surreal lyricism. She's also worked with Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, and Sleater-Kinney, showcasing her versatility. Her 2017 album Masseduction explored themes of power, sexuality, and fame, pairing glossy pop production with raw emotional honesty. It earned 2 Grammy Awards, including Best Rock Song for Masseduction. In 2021, she shifted gears again with Daddy's Home, a retro 1970s-inspired album influenced by her father's release from prison and her love of analog soul and funk. Critics praised it as one of her most mature and personal works. Style and influence. Annie Clark is known for her virtuosic guitar playing, experimental production, and constantly evolving visual style. Her performances mix high art and satire, often challenging gender expectations and the boundaries between human and machine. She even collaborated with Ernie Ball Music Man to design a signature guitar tailored for women and smaller framed players, a groundbreaking contribution to the world of rock instrumentation. Personal life. Clark identifies as sexually fluid and has been an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ visibility and creative freedom. Though she is often private about her personal life, she has dated high-profile figures, including model Cara Delevingne, and frequently uses her platform to address themes of identity, power, and individuality. Legacy. As of the 2020s, Annie Clark stands as one of the most dynamic and influential artists in contemporary music. With each album, she reinvents her sound and persona, blurring the lines between rock star, performance artist, and avant-garde visionary. Her fearless creativity and intellectual edge have earned her comparisons to icons like David Bowie, Prince, and Björk. Artistic evolution and vision. Annie Clark's journey as Saint Vincent is one of continual transformation. Each album she creates represents not only a shift in sound but a complete reimagining of identity, aesthetic, and emotion. She has often described her creative process as an attempt to build worlds, immersive sonic environments that allow her to inhabit different personas. Her artistry thrives on contrast, beauty and distortion, tenderness and brutality, sincerity and irony. Clark once said, "I like when things sound beautiful, but there's something wrong underneath." This duality defines her music and persona, keeping audiences captivated and slightly unsettled. Musical style and technique. Annie Clark is widely recognized as one of the most inventive guitarists of her generation. Her playing combines technical precision with unorthodox experimentation. She frequently employs dissonance, digital effects, and looping to create sounds that often disguise the guitar's origin. Her guitar solos, such as those on Rattlesnake, Cruel, and Surgeon, are meticulously constructed yet feel chaotic and emotional. Instead of relying on traditional rock riffs, she approaches the guitar almost like a sculptural tool, shaping noise into melody. She has cited Mark Ribot, Robert Fripp, and Prince among her influences, as well as Nirvana and Jimi Hendrix for their expressive rawness, visual identity, and performance art. Saint Vincent's stagecraft is as carefully designed as her music. Over the years, she has adopted a series of evolving personas, each corresponding to an album's mood and concept. Marry Me, 2007, the wide-eyed art school romantic, whimsical and theatrical. Actor, 2009. The cinematic dreamer, inspired by Disney aesthetics and emotional repression. Strange Mercy, 2011. The vulnerable yet commanding figure in white, confronting personal trauma. Saint Vincent, 2014. The robotic, alien pop star, stark white hair, geometric movements, and surreal choreography. Mass Seduction, 2017. The dominatrix in latex, exploring desire, fame, and power with glam pop confidence. Daddy's Home, 2021. The 1970s antihero, a decadent, whiskey-soaked storyteller channeling the grit of New York's past. Clark's attention to visual detail, costumes, makeup, lighting, and stage design turns her concerts into full sensory experiences. Her live shows are known for their precision and theatricality, blending choreography with spontaneous energy. Themes and lyrical exploration. Saint Vincent's lyrics often deal with intimacy, alienation, gender roles, technology, and control. Her writing oscillates between the deeply personal and the abstract, filled with surreal imagery and dark humor. For example, Cheerleader critiques female objectification. Digital Witness questions surveillance culture and social media exhibitionism. Los Angeles dissects the obsession with youth and beauty in modern society. New York is a haunting elegy for friendship, loss, and city life. Her ability to blend philosophical ideas with pop melodies has made her a critical darling, appealing both to indie purists and mainstream audiences. Influence on modern music and culture. Annie Clark's influence extends beyond music into fashion, film, and feminist discourse. She has been featured in major publications like Rolling Stone, The Guardian, and The New York Times, not just as a musician but as an intellectual and cultural figure. She directed her first feature film, The Nowhere in 2020, a mockumentary that blurs reality and fiction, co-starring her friend Carrie Brownstein, of Sleater-Kinney. The film satirizes celebrity identity and the absurdity of public personas, further cementing Clarke's status as a multidisciplinary artist. In fashion, she's known for her androgynous and avant-garde style, often collaborating with designers like Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent. Her image challenges traditional ideas of femininity in rock music, embodying both power and mystique. Awards and recognition over her career, Annie Clarke has earned numerous accolades, including 3 Grammy Awards, including Best Alternative Album and Best Rock Song NME Awards and Brit nominations, inclusion in Rolling Stone's Greatest Guitarists of All Time list, one of few women featured, multiple top 10 rankings from Pitchfork, The Guardian, and NME for her albums. Her consistent critical acclaim has positioned her as a defining artist of the 21st century, often compared to visionaries like Björk, Bowie, and Kate Bush. Philosophy and personality. Despite her fame, Annie Clarke remains somewhat enigmatic. She balances intellectual precision with emotional vulnerability, often speaking in metaphors about her work. In interviews, she's witty, articulate, and self-aware, describing herself as a control freak with empathy. Clarke once summarized her outlook succinctly: "I'm interested in what it means to be a person, with all the contradictions, absurdities, and beauty that entails." Legacy. St. Vincent's legacy is still unfolding, but she has already redefined what it means to be a rock musician in the 21st century. She is a composer, innovator, and performer who has carved out her own lane, one where art, intellect, and emotion coexist seamlessly. Her fearless approach to sound and image continues to inspire a new generation of musicians who view creativity as an act of liberation. In a landscape often driven by conformity, Annie Clarke remains a beacon of originality, proving that true artistry lies in constant reinvention. Detailed discography and artistic analysis. 1. Marry Me 2007. St. Vincent's debut album introduced her as a singular new voice in art pop. The title, taken from a recurring line on the TV show Arrested Development, captures her characteristic mix of humor, irony, and intimacy. Musically, Marry Me is lush and theatrical, combining orchestral arrangements with sharp lyricism. Songs like Now, Now, and Paris is Burning showcase.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.